It's 3 p.m. and time for the Daily Community Briefing. Team coverage of the latest local news important to you. Now let's head to the Wallingford Broadcasting Studios for the Daily Community Briefing.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Daily Community Briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV. I'm Gwendolyn Morton. On today's Daily Briefing, there was an arrest made over the weekend of a Richmond man for murder. Also, a 30-car pileup on I-75 shut down the interstate for several hours. And of course, we'll get to those COVID numbers as well. The Daily Community Briefing is brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair, Affordable Heating and Air, Mountain Adventures, Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond, Davis and Powell Funeral Home in Berea, and Always Growing Children's Resale Store in Berea. In crime news, the Kentucky State Police have arrested and charged a 76-year-old man with murder for a fatal crash that occurred back in May of 2019. William Givens of Richmond was charged with murder, first-degree assault, and disregarding or failing to yield right-of-way after he was arrested on a warrant by troopers on January the 12th. The warrant details that Givens was driving on Main Street in Richmond in his SUV on the 9th of May 2019 when he turned left onto South 3rd Street. Givens then failed to yield the right-of-way to a moped that was traveling east. The moped collided with Givens' SUV, and both the driver and passenger of the moped were thrown from the vehicle. The driver of the moped, 53-year-old Kenneth Ray Sizemore of Richmond, later died at the hospital from his injuries. The passenger on the moped was seriously injured as a result of the crash. Police state that the blood toxicology report that was taken from Givens following the wreck came back positive for marijuana, amphetamines, and methamphetamines. Givens is lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. Well, the weather is being blamed for a 30-vehicle pileup that occurred in Rockcastle County on Saturday. It happened within a 10-mile stretch between mile markers 50 and 60 on I-75. According to authorities, multiple injuries were reported. Rockcastle's first responders were assisted by various Madison and Laurel County agencies. Now, as a result of that multi-car crash, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has worked overnight to make sure that this morning the roadways were clear. Snow showers briefly subsided yesterday and then returned during the evening and overnight hours. Weather conditions are monitored closely by the District 7 office. Crews plowed, spot treated, and worked to ensure that routes were in the best possible condition for Monday morning's commute. The following measures can assist with keeping motorists safe and prepared. Place yourself in emergency mode. Pay attention to weather advisories. Weather will impact your commute on some level. Travel only as necessary during major snow events. It's better to stay home than stranded on the road. Maintain a safe distance from snow plows and other heavy highway equipment. Do not pass snow plows on the shoulder. Allow time for a slower commute. Winterize your vehicle. Supply your vehicle with blankets, flashlights, and an emergency supply kit. Check traffic conditions before you travel. Eliminate distractions like eating or using the phone while driving. Cooperate with the expectations of the quick clearance law, which requires drivers to move vehicles to the shoulder in the event of a non-injury crash. Grayson Don Courtwright, a UK student, has been arrested by the FBI after being identified as one of the rioters that swept through the Capitol January the 6th. According to the FBI, Courtwright allegedly posted her involvement on several social media accounts. She is charged with theft of property under $1,000, knowingly entering a restricted building, and knowingly engaging in disruptive conduct and violent entry on Capitol grounds. Well, EKU had a big weekend. Sophomore Michael Moreno's three-pointer with 3 seconds remaining in regulation sent the game into overtime. And the Eastern Kentucky University men's basketball game held on to beat host Eastern Illinois for 93-85 victory on Saturday at the Lance Arena. It's EKU's 7th consecutive win, and it makes the Colonels 12-2 and 6-1 in OVC on the year. This is Eastern Kentucky's best start since the 1946-47 year. And now we're going to take it to our first break here on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV. We'll be right back with lots more news.
Davis & Powell does what hundreds of funeral homes do every day. They handle one of the hardest times in your life. What separates Davis & Powell from everyone else is our aftercare. When the service ends, the grieving begins. Davis & Powell is there to help, from keeping your family in our thoughts and prayers to personal phone calls and tips for healthy grieving through our monthly newsletter. Davis & Powell will be there always, not just until the service ends. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. We go the extra mile.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are gonna drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's gonna put the work in the first place?
All roads lead to CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff have the experience and knowledge to get your vehicle running at its peak performance, whether it's a small two-door sedan or a souped-up diesel truck. And with CT Diesel Performance, you don't have to worry about dealing with the big dealership prices. They will work with you and tell you what the problem is and help you find a solution. When it's time to have your vehicle serviced, remember, all roads lead to CT Diesel Performance, just off exit 97 in Richmond.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC, 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond. Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvin. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with 2 Farms Meats to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvin, or like them on Facebook.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Daily Community Briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV. Your Daily Community Briefing is brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Get your power equipment ready for spring at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Let Bishop service your mower, North Estill Avenue in Richmond. Affordable heating and air for all your heating and air needs. Call Brian with Affordable Heating and Air at 859-779-0122. And Mountain Adventures. Get everything you need for your next family meal at Mountain Adventures. They've got all the fruits, vegetables, and locally produced meats located at 70 River Drive in Irvin. Well, despite some controversy, Estill County schools returned to in-person learning on January the 4th. However, Superintendent Saylor says that this was based on a metric that would not place Estill County in the highest incidence rates, and that 1,200 students were in the halls of the school again, which is about 60% of the student body. In the interview with WBON-TV, Saylor applauded the governor on his hard work to keep Kentuckians safe. However, said that it is up to the parents whether they wanted to send their kids back or not, and the option is still there. With this story, here's Marissa Hempel.
So school has been in session, I believe, since the 4th in Estill County. How did that decision come about, and why did you guys decide to go back to in-person instruction?
Well, Marissa, as everybody knows, in early December or possibly even late November, the governor started in his press conference afternoon meetings that we were going to figure out a way that we could return to in-person classes beginning in January. So at that time, we started making plans for that. We made announcements to the community and to our parents that on January 4th we would be returning to school if we could meet the guidelines that were being set forth. We started last May, even into April and May of last year, developing a plan by which we could bring students back to school. And, of course, as we got into the fall, it seemed like that every time we were ready to bring kids back, there was a request from the governor not to begin school. Then, of course, they came out with the metric that a lot of people were screaming for, but the COVID-19 mode of instruction metric that was developed by the Kentucky Department of Public Health was very unfair to small counties. Whenever you have just a few cases, it was going to cause your metric to be of such that you were in a red status. And because of that, Marissa, we only had students for 4 days all of the fall semester. And, of course, there's not a lot of things you can do with the pandemic. I mean, the pandemic is the pandemic. You know, I think we have to try to judge what we do on a local level. I don't think that no one statewide plan is going to fit every local community.
Saylor says that plans were made to go back to school on January 4th. However, at the last minute, the governor asked counties to reassess and return a week later. Saylor felt that this was unfair to the parents and students who had already made plans to return to school on the 4th.
The governor's making a recommendation based on statewide numbers. We've supported our governor. We have been there every time he's asked us to do something. So I don't want anybody to think that I am being negative towards our governor. He's got a very difficult job. I think he's done the best job he could do under the circumstances. We wanted to get the new year off on a good footing and get our kids back in school, and that's what we decided to do. We had guidelines developed, we had procedures in place, and we felt like that we could do so at that time and that we would have a metric that we would follow. So that's our reasoning for going back to school.
Saylor continues that in the first week, over 1,200 students countywide returned to in-person learning, which is 60% of the entire student body.
Our families have a choice. They can send their kids to school on a hybrid model, which has a Group A students on Monday and Tuesday, Group B students meet on Thursday and Friday, and then Wednesdays are used for cleaning our facilities. I know there's a few complaints out there as well, but our parents really and our students, they really shouldn't be a complaint there because they're really getting to choose what they want to do.
Superintendent Saylor says the situation will be reassessed and the status of Estill County's new COVID-19 cases. Stay tuned right here to WBON-TV for updates on this story. For Channel 9 News, I'm Marissa Hempel.
Thanks for that story, Marissa. WBON-TV reached out to the Estill County Health Department for comment, but has not been granted an interview at this time. The Madison County Health Department has opened up an online waiting list for those people who would like to get the COVID-19 vaccination at the health department. The health department advised that the vaccine remains in short supply and it may be a long wait of weeks, not hours. To add your name to the list, go to WBON TV's Facebook page to find the link at the health department's portal, where you will then answer 8 simple questions. Kentucky State Police is hiring. They have 34 telecommunications openings, and they will be posting those. Kentucky State Police is seeking to train and hire 34 full-time and part-time telecommuter positions at 13 post locations across the Commonwealth. Telecommunicators are the backbone of our law enforcement agencies, said Governor Andy Beshear. They are the vital link between the state troopers and the information needed to be effective and safe through their day-to-day operations. Kentuckians who want to make a positive and influential impact in the community are strongly encouraged to apply. KSP recognizes the importance and significance of the police telecommunicator to both the trooper and the public safety by providing training and equipment necessary for success, including a 5-week paid training academy to become certified with the Kentucky Law Enforcement Council. Lieutenant Colonel Kyle Nall began his career with Kentucky State Police as a telecommunicator and states that the job as a telecommunicator changes every day. When the phone rings, it's a new problem to solve and it keeps work interesting. Telecommunicators are the first responders and they make impact on people's lives. KSB Telecommunicators handles dispatch duties for the Kentucky State Troopers, commercial vehicle enforcement officers, Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife Conservation officers, and other emergency service agencies. Most important, they are the calming voice on the other end of the line when someone calls 911. In 2020, KSP telecommunicators answered over 2 million calls, resulting in 500,236 requests for assistance. You have to have a heart for service. If you thrive on making a difference in your community, then this is the perfect opportunity for you to do this. This job is a team effort and everyone in this agency grasps that. It's about being part of something bigger than yourself. The requirements to become a KSP telecommunicator include excellent communication skills, ability to handle extremely stressful and challenging situations, handle a flexible work schedule including nights, weekends, and holidays, the ability to learn and adopt, especially in areas of technology, and must be a high school graduate. Well, the Mercer County Animal Shelter is reporting an abandonment of a kitten by an unknown couple. The shelter identified a vehicle as a big white truck with a Colorado license plate and a New Orleans Saints across the top of the windshield. The post on social media goes on to say that the man yelled that it wasn't their kitten and then tossed the animal onto the porch of the shelter. Luckily, a worker was there spending time with the dog today as they are closed in observance of the Martin Luther King holiday. If anyone has information or identification of the couple or the truck, please contact law enforcement. Laurel County has a missing persons. They're reporting a missing persons. The 18-year-old Diamond Smith was last seen off Highway 770, 10 miles south of London. Anyone who knows the whereabouts of this person, they are asked to contact the Laurel County Sheriff's Office at 606-864-6600. And now we are going to go to our second break of this afternoon. We'll be right back with those COVID numbers here on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV.
Davis & Powell does what hundreds of funeral homes do every day. They handle one of the hardest times in your life. What separates Davis & Powell from everyone else is our aftercare. When the service ends, the grieving begins. Davis & Powell is there to help, from keeping your family in our thoughts and prayers to personal phone calls and tips for healthy grieving through our monthly newsletter. Davis & Powell will be there always, not just until the service ends. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. We go the extra mile.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
All roads lead to CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff have the experience and knowledge to get your vehicle running at its peak performance, whether it's a small two-door sedan or a souped-up diesel truck. And with CT Diesel Performance, you don't have to worry about dealing with the big dealership prices. They will work with you and tell you what the problem is and help you find a solution. When it's time to have your vehicle serviced, remember, all roads lead to CT Diesel Performance, just off exit 97 in Richmond.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC, 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond. Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvine. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with 2 Farms Meats to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvine, or like them on Facebook.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
Welcome back to the Daily Community Briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV. I'm Gwendolyn Morton. In this segment, we're going to talk COVID numbers. Your Daily Community Briefing is brought to you by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Bluegrass Marble and Granite can take care of all of your remodels or fabrication needs. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea has the best aftercare in the business. When every detail counts, remember Davis & Powell Funeral Home. Always growing children's resale store in Berea, just down from Berea Ace Hardware in the strip mall. Every Tuesday and Thursdays, they buy your children's gently worn clothing. COVID numbers are up again. We've got our incidence rate for today, Monday. We have 2 counties that are now in the orange. Lyon County at 24.4, so that is just barely under that 25% that gets you between the orange and the red. Also, Magoffin County, again, really close, 24.7. Now this is up. We have 1 additional county in the red from what we had on Friday. Friday we had Fulton County. They have fallen back into the red with 57.4. And we also have a discrepancy here. We are showing Robertson County, and that is in the northern part of the state. They're reporting 0. Probably an error, but we have reached out to the Robertson County Health Department to see if we can clear that up. Because if not, then that is 1 county in the green. But again, with 0%, that seems unlikely. Probably just an error in reporting there. Madison County, we are up to 75.6. Estill County, 54.7. Powell County, 42.8. Rockcastle, 53. Jackson, 66. A couple of the big ones, again, this week are Clinton County, 191. Wayne County, 132. All the way up in Oldham County, next to Louisville, next to Jefferson County, 205 are the numbers there reporting for today, for Monday. Pike County, 83. Historically, those counties over in the eastern part of the state have had high numbers, but looks like they've leveled out a little bit. Knott County only at 34%, so just barely making it into that red category. Laurel County, 85, Pulaski, 104. Numbers are just kind of all over the place for your Monday. And again, this is up one, actually down one. We went from 1 Orange County to 2 Orange counties over the weekend. And again, with that discrepancy from Robertson County, we will be checking that out and we'll report those numbers as soon as we get them. Now with your governor's report, here's Ron Likens.
In the battle against COVID-19, Kentucky is holding its own. Though the numbers seem to be dropping, they still remain high. Friday, the governor reported 3,955 with 19 new deaths. On Saturday, there were 3,096 new cases reported with 32 new deaths. And Sunday, there were 2,362 new cases with 32 new deaths for a total of 326,675. There are now 1,602 hospitalized, 410 in ICU, and 212 on a ventilator. In Madison County, there were 34 new cases, and in Estill County, there were 7 new cases Sunday. From the WBON TV 9 newsroom, I'm Ron Likens.
Thanks, Ron, for that story. Ron does that every day for us in 2 minutes or less from the governor's office. That's all the numbers across the state and news happening with COVID from the governor's office. We actually don't have any Madison County numbers today because it is a holiday, Martin Luther King Day. But what we do have is we have EKU total cases for the 2021 spring semester. EKU total cases to date are 28, and this runs from January the 1st, 2021 to January the 18th, so that is as of today. 28 total cases, 6 residential students positive, 12 non-residential students positive, 10 employees, and 22 of those are active cases with 6 recovered in this about 3-week period so far. Total county and state to date, 6,383 Madison County, with the Kentucky daily confirmed cases, this is the whole state of Kentucky, 308,729. In news from the Kentucky River Foothills Development Council, they are continuing to provide energy assistance to households facing a heating crisis through the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program. Applications can be made until March 31st, 2021, or until available funds have been expended. Individuals and households that have already received assistance this year are eligible to receive additional help if they haven't used their entire assistance amount of $400. Benefits may take the form of bulk fuel deliveries or pending utility disconnect. Crisis relief will be provided within 48 to 18 hours of the emergency. A household is considered to be eligible for energy assistance when the household meets a basic eligibility criteria, which includes completion of an application, is responsible for the home energy cost directly or as an undersigned portion of their rent, have a combined household income for the calendar month prior to the month of application not in excess of 150% of the federal poverty level as listed in the income eligibility guidelines, live in Kentucky when the application is made, and apply for the county of residence. In addition to the above mentioned criteria, only those with a past due balance, disconnect, or eviction notice who are within 48 hours of being without heat can receive assistance during this crisis component. A household shall be considered to have a home heating crisis situation when it meets the basics of the eligibility of fuel bulk cost, coal, fuel, oil, propane, kerosene, and wood, or is their heat source. The household has received the past due disconnect notice if the natural gas or electric is the heat source, or 3, the household's home heating costs are included as an undesignated portion of the rent and the household has received an eviction notice for non-payment of rent from the landlord. Applicants who participate in the prepay electric program must bring a statement from the utility company that shows they have 10 days or less of prepaid electric service. All assistance provided with the help of LIHEAP funds must be directly related to resolving the household's home heating crisis situation. A household may not receive more than the household's allowable crisis maximum in combined benefits through the crisis component. The allowable crisis maximum is determined by the household's primary fuel type. Applicants must provide the following: disconnect or past due notice if seeking assistance for natural gas or electric, eviction notice from the landlord if utilities are included in the rent, metered utility bill if seeking assistance for propane, kerosene, wood, coal, proof of social security numbers or permanent resident card, green card for each member of the household, proof of all household members' income from the preceding month. The LIHEP operates on an appointment-based system. You can schedule your appointment by calling 859-544-1713, or you can go to foothillsscapitfrontdesk.com online to schedule that appointment. From the Estill County Health Department, they're still giving those COVID-19 vaccinations. Estill County Health Department is working diligently to provide vaccine opportunities to the following Estill County populations: healthcare personnel, first responders, residents 70 years of age or older. To get this benefit, you can go to their Facebook page, click the sign up button at the top of the Facebook page to be added to the waiting list. You will be contacted by the Estill County Health Department to schedule a date and time to receive your vaccine. And the Estill County Health Department would like to thank you for your patience with this. Well, that's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with more crime news and stories from around the area and the state. And of course, those COVID-19 numbers tomorrow, with today being a holiday, we should expect to see bigger numbers here in Madison County as the testing resumes. And we'll get a clear up on that case from Robertson County that they have reported 0 cases in their incidence report. We'll be back tomorrow here on WBON TV and 100.7 The Coyote. I'm Gwendolyn Morton.